Hey builders, say goodbye to endless tab switching and manual document editing. Enter the Google Docs nodes in BuildShip. This is the next in our Google Workspace series, where we show you how to easily automate your Google Docs, Sheets, Gmail, and Forms. So let's transform your Docs experience as documents get created, updated, and perfected without ever having to leave BuildShip. In BuildShip, we'll start up a new workflow and we'll add a trigger. There are lots of triggers we can use, but for now, let's just choose a REST API call. Now let's add a new node and scroll down to the Google Docs nodes. The first is Get Document, which does exactly what it says. It'll get a document from Google Docs in Google Drive. The second is Create Document. Again, fairly self-explanatory. It'll create a document for us. And then finally, we have a Batch Update document, which will allow us to update a number of documents from an array. Let's start with Get Document and explore that one. Firstly, we authenticate with our Google account. Once we've authenticated, we can get the document ID from our Google Docs. Now, here in Google Docs, I've got a business letter set up. You get the document ID from the URL. It's the string that sits between the D and the edit, and we'll just copy that back into BuildShip. Now, for the suggestions view mode to apply to the document, we have three options. We have default, accepted, or rejected. For now, let's just hit default. After we give the REST API call a name, we'll be able to test out the node and see what returns. Make sure you're authenticated in this screen. As you can see, we're returned a JSON object, which outlines all of the specifics of the document, including everything that's written in text, plus all of the metadata. This is a fairly hefty JSON object, even for the best of us. So what I like to do to get a bit more of a macro view of what we're dealing with is to pop this result into something like Visual Studio Code. Now here we'll see the whole object indented and we can get a better idea of what all the layers are. As you can see, we start off with a title of the document, which is business letter. And then we move into a body object, which contains content running from left to right continuously down the page. Now we have a start and end index of 1 to 14. That gives you an indication of how many lines the page is taking up. From this, we can infer that it's a piece of text, something big on the page. And that's right, it's our heading for your company. And then we carry on down the page. Ultimately, your goal is to either extract some data or place some data back into this schema. So don't get too bogged down in the detail. That's our Get Document node. You can pull data from the same place if they're consistent documents each time, or you can use BuildShip to search a document for the same pieces of information every time you feed it through. There's tons of flexibility with what BuildShip provides. Let's look at how we create a document. This node is just asking for the title of our document. So let's put it in. We run the test. We can see we're returned another JSON object saying we have a document called content running left to right and down the page. If we go right down to the end, we find this document ID. If we copy that and go over to Docs and add the document ID after the D/ in the URL, we're able to open up our document. And finally, our Batch Update document node. This node combines the best of all the Google Docs nodes into one. BuildShip provides a sample input here, which gives you instructions on how to structure your data to make sure your doc is updated the way you want. And there's more information here on the Google Developer link. So there they are, the Google Docs nodes in BuildShip. Let us know in the comments how you're automating your workflows and subscribe for more tips and tricks. Happy build shipping.